Hi, welcome to Cloud Access Security Broker CASB Fundamentals. I'm Huili Wang. Let's continue our talk on visibility. In this video, we'll mainly discuss the limitations in CASB visibility. Well, CASB visibility does have its limitations, and that means you can't see everything that you want to see. For example, you do not have visibility into the service providers. You don't know if your workload is actually at the expected availability zone geographically, and you don't know if the current multi-tenant machine that's running your code also have any workload of your competitors, and you are not sure. You cannot tell if they actually cleared up or if you ask them to decommission and if there are still some residue data there. So all those are dependent on the execution of your instructions on the provider side. There's no visibility into that. The total visibility logic here in CASB is applied to your own end users, but not for providers. And the second one, as we just mentioned in the last slide, that's the scale of your risk repository is the constraint of how much you can control or you can have the visibility of cloud services. So you have to keep upgrading the cloud risk repository so that you can all the time when there's a new service detected, recognized, you have the corresponding service level bring up to the dashboard for the visibility of your IT team. And lastly, we mentioned in our earlier slides that there could be a different combination of the devices that are used to access the cloud services. It's easier to have visibility of how managed devices accessing sanctioned cloud. But in case there's unmanaged devices involved or there are unsanctioned cloud services involved, some extra control should be implemented to ensure the visibility and to ensure that security is applied there. We'll come to that in our later slides. Here is another quiz about visibility. The question is, what could most likely lead to the loss of visibility? This is a very tricky question. Take note that loss of visibility doesn't mean undetected. Now pause the video and give it a thought. Okay, let's review the options one by one. Zero-day intrusion vulnerability. Again, this is a vulnerability. The intrusion could be detected and prevented, but that does not, the vulnerability itself does not lead to loss of visibility of the intrusion protection. Unauthenticated API call. Again, the API call, the request might bypass the API gateway, so the request is put forward without due authenticated. But again, this is a vulnerability, but the vulnerability is not related to the visibility, whether detected or undetected. The API call unauthenticated would not lead to the data missing from the dashboard. Choice number 3, incompatible log feed. It might happen that you are using a third-party enforcement control solution, and the solution is working fine, but when you try to feed the log, input the log into CASB dashboard, and because of incompatible format, the log could not be parsed, and that does lead to loss of visibility because you will not be able to tell from the record what incident had taken place. So this is the right answer. And a revoked site certificate, when you have a revoked site certificate, the site would not be able to access through SSL, and that is a broken of a function, but that does not break the visibility in the dashboard. Now we know that from CASB Visibility Dashboard, we can have information of how cloud services are accessed and the risk level and user activities to address the governance of shadow IT and to protect information for to present information for threat detection. But notice that what we have from the visibility dashboard are only for retrospective investigation or only on detection. It's pretty much reactive. In the next two videos, we're going to look into a more proactive part of CASB, the control part. Until next time, goodbye.